Hi, everybody. We're going to do compound inequalities. I think I'm going to graph them this time. So we're going to graph compound inequalities. This is section K from Algebra 1 IXL. It's single variable inequalities, and we're doing K-12 graph compound inequalities. Should go pretty quickly. Basically, we're just looking at a set of solutions between two numbers, probably. Oh, possibly on the outside as well. Like I said, I haven't seen this one yet. So x is between 3 and 9 inclusive. That's one way to say that. I'm going to go ahead and write this in interval notation as well, just to practice doing that. So we've included 3, and we go all the way to 9 inclusive. So this is one way to write this. This is called interval notation. And of course, on the IXL, we want to do it with the graph itself. So we want to include 3, and we want to go to 9. And we want to include both endpoints. And that's the way we've done that with the closed-in circles. You see, we have a closed circle on 3, and we have a closed circle on 9. If I did not want to include 9, then I would open it like so, but it's filled in. So it looks like we're done there. This time we want -1 to 1. -1, 1. There's our interval notation. We've included both sides. You see how it shows the less than or equal to. That little equal to symbol is the one that tells us that it's included. So I'm going to go ahead and just put it in there. -1 to 1. Now this one, 5, is not included. You see how it's missing? You see how it's missing that less than? It only has less than, not less than or equal to. One thing to watch for is that the arrows are going in the same direction. If they're not, I recommend rewriting it as two separate inequalities. Anyway, I have x is less than or greater than or equal to 1. I need to read this very carefully. Of course, 1 is included, but 5 is not. And the way to say that it's not included is like this. And we'll go ahead and put in the 1, and we'll go to 5, and we're almost done. What's missing is that I do not want to include 5. That's the way we indicate that. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this section, so I'm going to move right along. This one, we're going from 2 to 5, but we are including the 5. So we're going from 2 to 5. And can you see where my mistake is? You want to remember to eliminate. Do not want to include 2. But 2.1 is included. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this one, it looks like they're going to rewrite it as two separate inequalities. We want x to be less than -2, which looks like this. There's x is less than -2, or x is greater than -1. Basically, we're including almost the entire set of real numbers. If I were to write this as in interval notation, it's quite a bit more complex, because what do I have to do is I have to include both parts. This one looks like this: -∞ up to -2, not included, and -1 up to +∞, not including the -1 and the -2. And the way that we say both of them, or the word or, is, that is, sorry, not an intersection. What the heck am I doing? It's union, sorry. So either one of these could be true, and that would be the union. The intersection would be the empty set. Almost messed it up. Okay, guys, that's it. Are you ready to go? Let's see what our next one says. All right, now we're between 2 and 3 included. So 2 is included, 3 is included, and we're between those two. So between 2 and 3. This time we want to be greater than -4. So let's take a look and see what that looks like. We're at -4, but we want to go greater than -4. So we're talking about all of these. And now this time we have an and. This is important. An and means that they both have to be true. So let's see. We want to go x is less than 0. So it has to, both of these have to be true. And I think the best way to explain this is to go ahead and put the -4 and the less than or equal to 0. Now, if I said or, then it would be everything would be included. But I said and, so they both have to be true. That gives me my -4, and my 0 needs to be included. And so my intersection looks like this. Hopefully that helps. If I were to write that one in interval notation, we would be talking about -4 up to 0, including 0. So there we go. This time we're between negative, I'm not gonna do the other parts. -379 is not included, and we're going up to -376, which is included. And there we have it. We want to go greater than 83, and x is less than 84. And I'm going to go ahead and put in the parts here. So we want x is less than 84, like so. And we want x is greater than or equal to 83, which is this guy. And we want them both to be true. The and says that they both have to be true. So for both of them to be true, the 83 is included, sorry, and the 84 is not. This is where both of them are included. Of course, we're talking about 83 up to 84, but not including 84. So 83 to 84, not including 84. Okay, this one is less than or equal to 32 and greater than, or greater than 34. Now this is a different situation. Either one of these could be true, so we have to include all of them. So 34 and 32. And everything is included except for that part right there in between. And I'm just going to let it go from there. Okay, x is greater than or equal to negative, I guess I should put it in there, 618. We want it to be this way. And x is less than or equal to negative 610. And we want it to be, they both have to be true. If it said or, I would just graph everything. But it says and, so they both have to be true. So we're talking about these guys, which goes from negative, oops, sorry, it's a bracket, from negative 618 up to negative 610 inclusive. That's another way of saying that. is. And there we go. This time we want x is greater than -7. So we're talking about the open circle this time. And we want x to be less than or equal to -1. And we want them both to be true. Hopefully those little dashes help you to see the situation. And oh, of course, I could write it in interval notation, which goes from -7 up to -1 inclusive. So it's all the numbers between -7 and -1. And I'm going to include these guys up to -1, not including -7. This one is x is less than or equal to 0. And x is greater than 8. So this time we have an or in there. It means that either one of them could be true. So we have to include everything. This one goes from here all the way out. This one is all the way out to infinity, but not including 8. Looks good. This time x is between 0 and 10 inclusive. So we're talking about 0 and 10 inclusive, which has the brackets. -752. I think I'm just going to go ahead and just do the graphs from now on. Looks like we have -752 all the way up to -738, and -738 is not included. Oh, this is an and situation. I think it's a good idea to put these in. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one. X is greater than 0, and x is less than 20. And we want them both to be true. There. -10. Oh, why did I say -10? Oops. 0, huh? 0 up to 20, not included. 0 up to 20, what's wrong? Don't want to include them. Less than 420. Oh, I like this one. Oh, it's an or. Okay, so it's not that big a deal. It's 420 or less, or 430 or bigger. There it is. Less than 2. So we're talking about less than 2, or greater than or equal to 10. Between -470, not including, up to -410, not including -410. Here's the interval notation, -470, up to -410, and they're not including the endpoints. We're getting there. All right, x is less than or equal to 0. That's these guys. And x is greater than or equal to 300. And it could be either one. So it could be all of these on the bottom, on the left. It could be all of these on the right. The only things that is not true are the ones between 0 and 300. And you can see that 100 is not less than or equal to 0 or greater than or equal to 300. greater than or equal to 240, which would be these guys, and less than or equal to 280. So looks like it's these guys. And we want both to be true. Looks like that's it. That's the overlap. If you want to draw in your graphs, go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead. This is between negative 620 included and up to negative 520 not included. Okay, so greater than 750 and less than 800. So it has to be greater than 750 and less than 800. Between 62 and 72. And can you see what the problem is? 62 is not included. Less than negative 54 or x is greater than or equal to negative 51. And there they are. Less than or equal to negative 795, that's all of those. And negative 785, it has to be greater than that, but not equal. There it is. We're getting there. Greater than 4. Oh, okay, it has to be true for both. So it looks like it has to be less than or equal to 6, but greater than 4. So it has to be greater than 4, less than or equal to 6, and it has to be, both of them have to be true. You might want to do your overlapping graphs. And we have one last one. It's between negative 738 and negative 736, and negative 738 is not included. And it looks like we're all done for the day. So I hope you guys will get this all finished, and I'll see you back. Bye.